look at this, folks. This is Lauren Sanchez. This is Jeff Bezos's soon-to-be wife. That's quite a transition, isn't it? And you know what? That's her choice. That is her choice. If that is what she wants to look in the mirror and see every day, then that is her choice. But you know what scares me about this? Is the man who has chosen the woman who would do this, the man who is the impetus for doing this, the man who is the inspiration for turning yourself into this, is a man who has a lot of influence on what we see and what we read and what we consume, and really a large influence on our lives. And that's really scary to me. Because if this doesn't scream surface values, then I don't know what does. I think people who walk around with labels and with really obvious plastic surgery, when people act like that is the most important thing. That is the most important thing. That is the thing they lead with. Those are the labels they lead with. That's the plastic surgery that they lead with. That is who you see. Well, that tells me that they don't have a lot of faith in what's underneath that surface, and that they need to compete in that arena because they don't really feel confident competing in a deeper arena. And you know what? When you keep the conversation at the surface, it never really goes deeper, does it? And look at this. This is not attainable. It really shouldn't be desirable, but it's also not attainable. Normal people should not desire to attain this, and normal people can't attain this. So why set up this impossible image? Why set up this literally impossible image without surgery so that people can actually think that when you get to be her age, that you can look like that? Listen, I understand I'm using filters. I am not immune to being swept up into having an expectation of what I look like and judging myself very, very severely. These filters make me look like I am very well rested and very smoothed out because I'm 56 years old and I look young for my age, but I don't look this young. But I cannot imagine poofing my face up to look like a blow-up doll. I can't fathom doing that to my face. It looks painful, frankly. And it just looks like you're so offering yourself as somebody who can really do well at a certain act that might really please a man. And if that's the only thing that you see yourself as being useful for, well, then I'm sorry, but you've probably missed out on a lot of great things about yourself. And that's kind of a bummer. And if you're assuming that that's the only thing that a man wants to see in you, then you're probably also selling your man short, because maybe he's got a lot more depth than you're giving him credit for having. So we're in this little surface dance with the people who have the most power and the most money to transform themselves into the model that nobody can attain, and nobody should really want to anyway. And everybody gets screwed from having anything meaningful. How freaking sad is that? Jeez. Can't we just do better? Aren't there better people out there? Don't better people make money too? What the? Man. It's just disappointing over and over again. Jeez, I really hope the foreign countries have better people, because we don't seem to have a lot of people who have a lot of character. Or at least the people with character haven't had the bullhorn for a long time. We need to hear from voices who can see beyond the surface. Please. Okay. Anywho. Love ya.